Literally no disc golfer alive should be bagging these discs. Well, that's what you guys say at least. But before we can jump into that, please don't be like these guys. There's no fun in just agreeing with everything. Do you really think I actually give a shit about 99% of these pieces of plastic? No, it's just more fun to say your favorite disc sucks and watch how angry you get in the comments. But for real, don't buy that dynamic stuff, unless you want to be trash. I gotta agree with my boy Zadur. Also, why is there always people thinking they gotta be funny? Can't even be original. Alright, fine, that was a good one. To start, I figured I'd go with the universally correct opinion. Even those people saying every frisbee has a purpose, or whatever other bullshit you can read in a 13-year-old girl's Instagram caption. The Franklin Albatross. Now you're all agreeing with there being a shitty disc. If that doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what else I could do here. The only reason I had one was because I found it.
Actually found this one, that's exactly why I'm making this video.
But I didn't want to be one of those greasy incels who make claims without doing the research, so I had to take it to the course for some science. As you can see, this thing is possibly the most understable disc ever made. So if your slow ass can't flip a Rolo, I guess here's the solution. But I think you might have a bigger problem to fix. When I can throw this disc with a grenade flip up, there's an issue. But the overwhelming disc you guys commented, to my surprise, was the Groove. I thought we were past all this, it's just a gimmick disc. I mean, Disc Golf Jesus has been throwing for almost 400 days straight with this thing. And come on, it's not like Innova would make a trash disc out of Halo plastic, right? Never mind, I take that back. Maybe you just aren't throwing it right. Here's how DG Jesus uses the Groove.
My ideal groove shot, little under 200 feet. Let him groove through it, that's what it does, let it crash down to the basket. When I became a disc golfer, when I became a sidearm disc golfer, it was the first disc that I brought for my sidearm, and it's been in my bag ever since.
Thankfully, the Berg received nearly the same amount of hate. For you people that don't like when I say this disc is shit, it's not just me. Get over yourselves thinking this is the greatest disc ever made. It's just not. Quit reciting the same rhetoric like you're some Mormon going door to door for the Church of Berg. More hypnotized than Chef. Then again, I might listen to a Scientologist before I do someone trying to convince me to bag a Berg. I used to think the glitch people were similar, but now they're just worse. Say one bad thing about it and you'll get slapped harder than Chris Rock. Seriously, you think I just insulted their mother or something, when all I said is you're a fucking bitch for throwing it. A simple poke, nothing too extreme. Next thing you know, they're all over my ass like I'm cute or something. After those two discs, I know some people are pissed, so how about a layup? I know you guys love those too, or you wouldn't be doing them so often. The Turbo Putt and Aerobi Epic have no business being anywhere near a respectable disc golfer's bag. I don't think I could even look you in the eyes if you honestly were throwing those things. I'd be too embarrassed to even be on the same card as you. Cool, now everyone should be back on the same page. Because all you still bagging the Tilt, what in the hell is even going on? Simon Lizotte isn't on the team anymore. I have yet to hear someone give me a valid reason to bag this disc, and I watched Drew throw it for 4 years. The closest someone has gotten is Bear Bite, but how do I not cringe every time I watch that whip? At this point, is he not the face of that disc, or are you guys more of a Casey White type of person? Let me know in the comments. And then, since you're going to pause the video, take this as an opportunity to grab your Tilt and throw it in the trash. To be fair, I did do some science with one back in the day. However, the homie Thick Rick plugged one for me. Shout out to him for saving me from buying one of those Discmania scam boxes. My first throw with this thing basically sums up my feelings. Pretty shit. But I'm not sure how I came to this huge breakthrough.
So, after hole 1, the Tilt is pretty overstable.
Look at how overstable this thing. Yo, what the fuck? For all you that actually thought I was bagging dynamic, no, that was Drew's disc, and I was dumber than throwing that white disc in the snow. Although I was smart enough to find out the only acceptable reason to bag this thing is to get natural grenade lines without having to tear the shit out of your hand. Or honestly, most people just can't do that. So with the crazy overstability of the Tilt, if you throw it high and hard, sounds like a typical Friday night, then you'll get that natural grenade type flight as it crashes to the ground. I'm not sure of many other discs that can do that, and the Tilt does demonstrate it the best. I will admit that. But come on, saying the Innova lineup as a whole is overrated is kind of absurd to say. Especially when we all know most of the Discraft Macbeth lineup is just copycats of the old stuff he needed to replicate. However, I can agree with the aliens staying out of disc golfers' bags. How does anyone need those indentations on top? It's like Innova let J. Cole design a disc. Also, the it. It's stupid enough that that's the name, but then like Papa Riker says, it's like a fairway driver that's 4 months pregnant. More swelled up than my brother's hand than when I broke it with a disc. Put the Sonic on that list too. It was the glitch before the glitch. So I would be a hypocrite to say I liked it.
If you want a good just mess around disc or a good approach disc, definitely try to check out the Sonic.
Fuck! To be fair, the Sonic is better than the glitch. It's not bulimic and weighs the normal amount a disc should and has that grippy on top. I still don't think anyone should be bagging it though. How can you say every disc from Lonestar is bad except the Dillo? That's actually just crazy talk. Every disc from Lonestar, including the Dillo, should stay the fuck away from your bag at all costs. Unless you actually switched your entire bag to that fake LSD shit, only to get into an exclusive Facebook page and be able to say you're a part of a team. You got hustled. What type of sponsorship makes you pay for the discs they're making you throw? Seems kind of backwards to me. What'd you say? You get a discount code? Oh shit, never mind. What percentage of the sales do you get? Huh? Oh, nothing but discounts yourself? Ah, I see. Once again, you've been hustled harder than Uncle Phil saving Will Smith's gullible ass. I'm gonna agree with you here, only because I can't even name any more than 2 discs over a 13 speed, and I think that's a good thing. Remember folks, speed doesn't equate to distance, and your noodle arm is more of a 10, and if you're wondering what you could be, most likely a 7 speed is good. Nobody should bag the General because it costs $40 fucking dollars. That's outrageous. I started playing when I could buy a brand new Star Destroyer from the gas station for 16 bucks. Now I can't get anything less than $20. But I'm supposed to be okay with it because of some cool stamp that looks more like the drawing from a middle schooler. An award-winning middle schooler, but who the fuck wants that to go on a disc? Do people actually bag the Discmania Astronaut? Like, is that a thing? I'm not sure the reason why people are so in love with the Zone OS. Why do you need something so incredibly overstable? And try to convince me without saying, when you throw it harder, it's beefy, but when you throw it softer, it becomes less stable. That doesn't change my mind in this thing being shitty. If anything, you just explained how this disc complicates things for the smooth-brained Discraft throwers. Sounds like a lot more variables to consider than throw disc hard, which is what I'm assuming the Get Freaky Nation is thinking. Kinda ironic that's the saying when no one throwing that disc is getting laid, and those that are, straight missionary. Elliot out here with that typical zone thrower mentality, thinking no other disc can replicate what it does. Don't get me wrong, I was that guy for the longest time until I realized, wait a second, I had a good forehand approach before the zone, and still have one now even though I don't bag one. It's almost like these people are brainwashed. What's new from a Discraft player? I'm more surprised it took this long for someone to say the Buzzz, but we finally got here. I don't know how it happened, but a Buzzz somehow stumbled back in my bag. Granted, I can't remember the last time I threw it. The Buzzz SS is a superior disc, hands down. From the feel to the flight, everything about it is just fantastic. To be honest, I didn't even read after Latitude 64. Once I saw that, I knew you shouldn't have it in your bag. Good pick, Mason. For sure take that brick out of your bag if for some reason you're crazy enough to throw that. When a guy who swears by the stego's making sense, you know the world is upside down. Silky, I'm right there with ya. Majority of people thinking they can bomb the time-lapse just can't. It's a beefy disc. If someone is going to tell me they bag it because they like the crazy overstability, maybe I'll listen. But for those thinking this is your max distance disc, please tell me you have a copy of Thomas Paine's Common Sense, because clearly it's not in your fucking brain. This was also the only disc that really had defending. Those MVP boys don't like when you talk badly about their overpriced discs. But hey, swirls in the rim solve all the world's problems. Shane, I wish I could jump all over this with you, however my boy Tom has shown me the ways of the Baobab, and I cannot talk shit. And those were some discs that you guys think no disc golfer should have in the bag. I can agree with some, and others were just L takes. But hey, that's how these go. I'd like to hear what disc golfers actually think. It's better than my baseless claims over and over again. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It helps out the channel. And if you want your takes and videos, go check out my Twitter. That's usually where I post for help. Oh yeah, and if you want to see me testing out some prototype disc golf discs, check out the video right here.